from the Redneck Garage. Well, I thought we'd just take a few minutes to get caught back up and tell you what I've been doing. I've been working on the stinking garage. After listening to a bunch of crap from Jerry and Trev and a bunch of other people about the condition of my garage, I thought that I better get to work before it gets super cold. And let me tell you, I have been taking stuff off by the truckload. Old paints, tools I've gone through, got rid of the hoarding and stuff like that. So I thought we'd just take a tour, as small as my garage is, how I can maximize my space. But first, I wanted to take a trip down memory lane. As I was cleaning out my old toolbox, I found a bunch of negatives that Randy took to the church and scanned as far as like one of my first restoration projects that I had to do like quarter panels on of a 1977 Chevy Blazer. And this thing I found in a guy's backyard, had been sitting there for like 15 years before that, and it turned out really pretty well. Unfortunately, the machine shop messed me up, and I think I didn't do a good job of checking the cylinder walls, and it had some piston slap to it. So I drove it for about a year or two, and then I sold it. But that truck turned out really cool. The 77s, if you remember, is before the whole hard top came off. It was like a half hard top, so it was like a pickup truck, and then the fiberglass shell. It was unusual because I painted the fiberglass top black, and you didn't see many of those. And I redid the interior, I redid everything on it, put new quarter panels in it. Turned out super cool. So let's take a look at that just for my own grins and giggles. And this would have been probably around 1992, 93. So it's been a long time. I remember buying this thing from a guy named Tim, and it was just a basket case. The floor pans were rusted out of it. It had water that he had let sit in it, and the seats were rotted out. Rear quarter panels were rusted through, which is not typical for vehicles in this area, but I was able to cut those out and weld in new quarter panels, which was, for the first time doing it, was quite a job trying to figure out how to do it. It needed new fenders. I think I put a new hood on it. I did a lot of body work on the thing. But it started to shape up quite nicely. Took the whole interior out and stripped it, repainted everything, reworked all the steering column, steering wheel. Everything started really coming together really pretty nicely. Put new seat covers on it, new carpet, had painted everything. The dash looked just like it was brand new when I was finished with it, polished up the plastic. Really the first time I had done a full restoration. I'd painted cars but never done a whole one like this, and it turned out really nice, and I was happy with it, except for the engine that ended up having that piston slap. So I got rid of it mainly for the reason is I ended up buying my first CJ5 and started restoring it, so I only really needed one project at a time, and I was done with the Chevys. So that was super cool to be able to see those photos that I found in a toolbox as I was cleaning up from something I did maybe 25 years ago. So that was awesome. So let's take a look around the garage. Alright, here's my super cool toolbox with a couple stickers I got at SEMA, and with the LED light on it. Awesome. There's my badge from SEMA. Woo! Builder, fabricator, converter, and YouTube superstar. And of course I got all the tools organized in that from like the last video. I got the workbench cleaned off, got all the junk off of it. I'm waiting for I'm getting a new vacuum, so I'm going to vacuum it all down, but I got all the crap off. Everything that you see out is stuff that's Jeep parts. That's some bolts and part of the rear part of the lift kit. Cleaned up over there, got shelves over there for specialty testers and things like that. I got all my shelving cleaned up, spray paints, oils, things like that. Looks really good. And the floor looks super cool. I painted it, I scrubbed it down, I washed it 4 or 5 times, squeegeed it all out, let it dry, and then I painted it with a gloss gray. There's Shelby and Rocky. They had to come out and check out the garage while I'm filming. Here's my old toolbox, which was the big one that I've organized and put all my tools in it that aren't in the bigger toolbox. Electrical, automotive, things like that. Cleaned off those. These are Jeep parts that are all going on the Jeep. Some gear oil for that. Straightened up the painting area. Threw away about 50 gallons of paint, I think. And because I'm going on a diet pretty soon again, I've got some Michelob Ultra and of course some Blue Moon in the refrigerator. So super cool. Shelby, you want to help? Yes, she does. When I had the Milwaukee toolbox, it came with an extra mat in it, which I was able to cut to fit this little table that rolls around. And I think I'm going to keep that in here just to be able to move it, but it had so much crap on it you couldn't even see it. And I got all this stuff over here in these boxes is Jeep paraphernalia, covers, fuel filler neck, parts that I have to redo and get put back on it. And this is going to be what I put the windshield on, to put the windshield on next. So I still got a little bit of cleaning up to do, but for overall purposes, this thing is like 1,000,000% better than it was before, and I'm super happy with it. And Shelby is too. So I'm super happy with the way the garage came out. With the cleaned up space, I'll be able to start working on the Jeep again, put the windshield in, get the doors prepped, everything else. I've got some videos coming up of our trip from SEMA. That was super cool. Really awesome stuff there. So we got a lot of stuff coming up on the Redneck Garage. I'm going to maybe go take a nap. I'm David from the Redneck Garage. Keep turning wrenches.